There's a lot to reflect on this month, so let's get into it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Amanda Lynn and I share planning content on my channel at least once a week. And today we are going through my MakseLife monthly goal setting for March of 2025. I've done a little bit of preliminary work so that this won't take forever, because this month was so hard that I figured I should probably do a lot of the processing off film, because that would be too long. On another note, my friction pens, all of them are dead now. I don't know if I bought them all at the same time. Like, every single one of them is dead. I do have this one that has a refill, so when this one goes, I can actually refill it, I hope. So let's jump into first doing a little decoration to bring this month a little bit of joy. I have pulled these washi strips from the previous, I think it was like the Q1 subscription for the Coffee Monsters Co. Excuse the noises in the background. My turtle has decided he wants to dig. It's one of those things. He's just a little crazy. So we have this Monday through Friday. These ones are perforated and have cute little emojis on every single day. And then this one here is kind of like a book nerd theme, but I'm feeling it because the only thing that's working for me right now is my reading goals. So I figured I'd lean into it this month. And then to accent this with the color of March, I have pulled the washi strip that matches that color a little bit. These, this right here is the undated monthly for MakseLife, and I went through and dated it with stickers from She Plans. And then I also went back in and used items from the Handkin Plan Advent Calendar. These right here were the wacky holidays, and then the months. And these over here were from Orange Umbrella Co., I want to say. This looks like an Orange Umbrella Co. font. I did not know that the Advent Calendar was going to come with these, and I predated the whole planner before I opened my Advent Calendar. And if I had waited one more week, everything would have matched, but it's fine. I did use these Coffee Monsters Co. printables that I printed and cut on my silhouette machine. So I have each month here. And so that's kind of what I'm going with this month, is just keeping all the emojis going. Figure it might be fun to use all the washies that I get from the Coffee Monsters Co. in this planner. So add a little fun to the page, and then we'll jump right into goals afterwards. Oh, this month's quote is from Amanda Gorman. She was the inaugural poet, I believe, a few years back. This one says, "The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there's always light, if we're only brave enough to see it, and if we're only brave enough to be it." I absolutely love that quote. I kind of don't want to cover it up, so I'm going to just run these beneath it. It's rare that I have a quote by someone I know. I saw her name and was like, hey, I know that Amanda. I probably only remember her name because it's Amanda, though. Let's be real. It's a possibility, but... Okay friends, while I work on this, I want to invite you to an event that I look forward to every single year. It's the Purpose Driven Mom Summit. I've attended the summit since 2020, and it's truly one of my all-time favorite events. It's packed with practical tips and strategies to help you finally tackle that to-do list and actually make progress on your goals without feeling overwhelmed. With 20 amazing speakers, you'll learn how to simplify routines, manage home CEO responsibilities, and even make dinner time easier. And the best part, it's totally free to attend. The summit runs from April 7th through 11th, and along with all these valuable sessions, there's a pop-up Facebook group where you can connect with the speakers, ask questions, and win some fab prizes. Be sure to grab your free ticket at the link in the description box below, and I hope to see you there. I just mapped out some of my goals on these sticky notes, so we'll come back to that. First, we need to jump over to our reflections and look back at the wild ride of February. My biggest wins for February were the family focus. Things that are currently working are the routines that help to keep us on track, even when everything else falls to the wayside. Things that are currently not working are health. Because we've been traveling so much with the move and everything, we're on the road a lot, so I've had to eat out more often. And when I eat out, then my food allergies become a problem. I'm allergic to corn, which is hidden in pretty much everything in fast food. They put cornstarch, corn syrup, all the corns. It's a lot. So I just keep getting poisoned. And so like on the weekend, we're by the house and we stop and get lunch. And then I unintentionally get poisoned. Even when I'm going to places that I normally go to, I feel like the recipes might be different in other areas, or they tweak it a little. It's really not supposed to be like that, but I just don't know. So I've been unintentionally poisoning myself, and then when I feel like I finally get past the poison, we have to go back, and then I have to eat out again, and the cycle just keeps continuing, and it's a lot. But I don't really have any control over that right now, aside from packing lunches. And I mean, you can only eat so many peanut butter sandwiches, so it's okay. I will figure it out. But I've not ever quite made it back to 100%. I'm like living in the 70 to 80 zone, which is kind of miserable. So things that I learned this month were, you have no control. Roll with it. Because everything that was planned fell through, and then everything was planned again fell through, and there's just no planning with the ups and downs of real estate. It's a roller coaster, at least at this current time, in this current space. It's not good for me, and I really want it to be over soon. So improvements and adjustments are one day at a time, and do my best to stop the poisoning. Then what am I most grateful right now? The ability to hold on to what's important, which for me is family, and the reason why we're doing all of this. And then habits I want to nurture next month. I want to keep my routines, but add in rest so that I can recover from the poison. And then an area I want to focus on next month is we're going to be stuck in the cycle for home for a while. So hopefully that will be finished up in March, and then, or at least close to it, and then we can just move forward. And rating my overall satisfaction for the month, I went with a 5. A 5 is a safe thing. So that's my reflection on the month that I had. Let's actually flip back and look at how I did on my goals, though. Essentially, I feel like I got a lot done. I did lean into reading a lot. As I was saying when I was decorating for this month, I believe I'm like 24% of my annual goal, and we're only 2 months in, so it's a little ahead, I think. I read these books, but then I also kept reading because I was just trying to look for something to hold on to. My capsule wardrobe, I started it, but I ended up having to stop it midway because I think when I was like preparing to move to the next level of it, that's when we lost the first house, and then it just started up with the second house, and okay. My daughter did go on her 5th grade trip to Catalina and had a blast, so I'm glad that she was able to have fun. Regardless, we did have a date night with Violet. And then my deadline went okay. I did get through all of this. Our game nights that we had tried to plan on doing for this month, we only ended up doing 2. Our goal was 4, but maybe I should slow it down a little bit. We did go out for our anniversary. I did get her registered for one school that I was concerned with because the deadline overlapped. So hopefully that works out. My fitness log just went to crap because of all the poisoning. I have been keeping up with my Pilates though, so that's good. I did not do meal prep this week. I have been better at keeping my watch charged, which has been a huge help. But I added the charger with like the 3-part thing that has my phone, my headset, my headphones, and then a watch pop-up. I'll link it down below if you're interested. I'll probably try to pop one up here too. Mine is for Samsung, but I know that they also make it for Apple. But everything could just charge next to my bed. I bought it when I was in Europe, and I've been keeping up with my watch charging ever since, because now I have a watch charger in 2 rooms. For boothing, we did get through 4 of the 5 booths. The next one is next week. So we only got through 4 here because one of them got canceled because of rain. So we ended up moving it to the following week. But we did have rain, so that's a good thing. We love the rain. And then I did just do my reflection. Shoot, I did not do my billing. I will do that after I'm done with this video. I better write that down. I'm so glad I looked back at this. And then this turned to mud. And then this also got moved to the next one. So now on to my March goals. Before I started this, to make things easier so I don't have to flip back and forth, what I did is I went to my annual goals. If you missed me setting my annual goals, I'll also have it linked down below if you want to look back at that. And so I have all of my annual goals here. And so I just went back and wrote down the ones that are relevant to March and this crazy season of life. And so I'm going to start. So, for my channel, I have to work on my email. It might go out late this month, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that it goes out at least by the first week. I'm hoping by the first week. I wanted to do a blog post. I have 4 videos on the schedule for this month. And I need to do a content plan for I dropped a T. I'm glad I have my erasable pen. Okay, so that's it for my channel. And then for reading. Now there's always a couple of books that I add to this, mainly because I'm part of 2 book clubs. And for my Purpose Driven Mom one, we are doing the Let Them book, which I think is by Mel Robbins. I want to say it's Mel Robbins, but it's her newest book. So I couldn't get it in time from the library app, so I ended up just buying it on Audible because I'm probably going to be in the car a lot, so I might as well just listen to that one. And I have listened to her books before, and I enjoy her voice, so I think it will be fine for me to do that one as an Audible book. And then for the Girl Scouts book club, we're doing a fiction book called Listen for the Lie. I don't remember what it's about, but it sounded really interesting, so I was excited to read that one. And then for my self-help book, the book that I read just to keep learning, this one is called The Disengaged Teen. And I had been listening to a podcast, an interview with the author of this book, and what she had to say was really interesting to me. It's about ways to keep your teen engaged when the world is kind of pushing them down. And since I'm almost to that age, I figure I should do a little research. And then I've been reading this series about Veronica Speedwell. It's really like an interesting premise. Like the girl is like a butterfly specialist and she travels the world. They're a fun bunch of characters, and it turns out like Veronica is related to the king. Somehow she gets wrangled into doing all of their dirty work without them ever acknowledging her existence. It's wild, but it's fun, and I really have been liking it. So I think I'm on book 3, but it's been interesting so far. Let's see. For fun and recreation, I'm gonna just stick to trying to put in some of the wacky holidays because there's like Oreo cookie day and pie day and the first day of spring, St. Patrick's Day. Oh, Tolkien reading day. We've been watching the Rings of Power series. We just started it and it's really good. The backgrounds are dreamy. It's pretty insane that they can do that with the budget of a TV show, but Amazon spared no cost, that's for sure. I've been enjoying that one. I actually read all of the Tolkien series at the beginning of last year. The books had such a better storyline than the movies, so I'm glad that they've put a lot of what was missing into this new show on Amazon, and I think they just dropped a second season, which is why I found out that I had missed it. Oh well. So we have our wacky holiday. We need to plan something for spring break, even if it's just like Violet going to visit friends while we do all the moving stuff. We will figure it out. Next up, for work and learning for the magazine, I have deadline, web, upload. I need to, since this is the end of a quarter, at the end of the quarter, I need to do quarterly check-in with my goals and reassess my season. I'll probably do that the last weekend of the month, but hopefully by then things will be a little more settled. For family relationships, my husband's birthday is this month. We're going to do our family baking night, which will probably be some sort of sweet treat for his birthday because he does not really like cake. So we'll see what we can come up with. And then I'm going to try again with game nights, but just to be more realistic, I think I'm going to try for 2 times this month, keeping it realistic. Let me flip this here. We actually have a lot of health things in the works this month too. This is normally my care month. So I have my annual physical, and then I have my mammogram. I am still working on my Conquerors Challenge. It's been slow going this month, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying to make some progress. So I'm going to do challenge check-ins so that I can try to push myself a little further when available. I did have meal prep on my note. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that this month. Maybe I should meal prep lunches, because then on days that we have to go away, maybe I'll have something that I can take. But I'm going to be forgiving with myself if that doesn't happen. It would be nice, but I'm not going to hold myself accountable if it's going to give me stress. This is where I keep track of all of my charitable giving and stuff like that. So this is where I keep Girl Scout stuff mainly. And also my reflection, since this is going to be quarterly, which means I probably won't do my monthly on here. But I also want to update my annual board. For Girl Scouts, we are finishing cookies. Thank God. I feel like that was just like an added layer of stress this month, but we're getting through it. We only have a couple weeks left. Then we have our World Thinking Day at the beginning of next month, so we have to work together to decide what it is we're doing there. Actually, our meeting is earlier in the month, and we have to do our bronze donation prep, where we're going over elevator speeches, the places that the girls are going to go and ask for donations. It's crazy, but I know that they're going to do a great job. Lastly, we have finances. It's the end of a quarter, and it's also our month for doing our tax appointment. So tax appointment is definitely the big priority. I have 2 weeks to prep. I need to make sure I do my deposits. There are 2 of those. Update my quarterly expenses. Now at this point, I'm just going to be happy if I organize my receipt into the correct folders, since that is a next year's taxes problem. So this is more important for now. This is just putting all the receipts away so that I can look at them later. And then for physical environment, I've been spending a lot of time in my car, obviously, and it really needs to be washed. So I'm going to put that wash, and then I need an oil change For home, I'm only going to put resets here. If the other stuff gets added, it will be on a different checklist because I've added it now 2 months in a row and had to remove it. So I hope that your month was not as frustrating as mine. Oh, there's 5 here. The reason why I was thinking that is because the paper is super thick. I love me some Moxie paper. And then after this monthly reflection is our quarterly compass before we start into the next one. I am feeling pretty good about where I am right now with this. Now that I have something on paper, even if it's baby progress, it's still progress. And I have to be okay with what I can do any given time. I hope that this is helpful for you to see, even in the worst of times, that a little bit of planning does come in handy. You saw that even with everything that went crazy, I did get like probably 80% of my goals for February done. And that actually makes me feel a little better about all the craziness that was going on. One day at a time, guys, one day at a time. Thanks again for hanging out with me today as I set up my monthly goals for March. And I hope that your March is filled with fun, less stress, and a bit of excitement for spring and all the changes that it will bring. Once again, I'll have everything that I have used here today linked down below. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy my other ones. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you are notified of all future content. And I will catch you next time. Bye for now.